make it loud for Josh Johnson!
I've been watching a lot of news. Which usually, it's not great. Every once in a while, something will happen that you're like, that's okay. I'll let that slide. It'll be bad news, but it's bad news that you can like live with, you know? Like there's one particular squirrel that's been attacking a bunch of people, and it's like really getting them. It's like the news came. You know how much a squirrel has a scratch? You know how deep it has to get to be newsworthy? Like, the news came and interviewed all these people. So far, he's got like 2 victims. Both people are like, he came right at me. But mostly is bad in a bigger way. Do you know what I mean? Like, okay, this is, I guess, what bothers me the most is that it's who they interview as well. When you're watching the news, you end up watching a lot of rich people, but they won't have anything to do with what's happening, really. So why are you asking what he thinks? He does have money, yes, but like he wasn't even there. That's weird. And then sometimes the news will be about them because they're rich and they're moving money around. And we've done a thing now where we've equated being rich with being important. Because obviously money has power, it can bring you influence. But then at a certain point, you have to just accept that, like, yes, they have money, they don't know anything else. Do you know what I mean? Like, and I mean that from a place of like, we have equated having money with being really smart. You must be really smart if you got the money. Because you must be brilliant if you have lots of money, because it's the only way you can get money. Dude, I'm just saying, that's how they teach it. They're like, man, this guy was really smart. He had all the money. I'm sure he came about it by completely legal and ethical means, but like he has all this money. So he's probably really smart. We should just listen to him. And it's like, if that was how you got money, then yes. But it isn't. There's so many different ways to get money. Some people had an idea. They invented something. And then a lot of people were like, that's a great idea. We're glad you invented that. And then they buy so much of it that now this person is rich. Or you write a book. You write a book. You write a book and everyone likes the book, and then you put the book out and then the book is $20, but then like millions of people like it, which is millions of 20s. Even after taxes, that's still millions of 20s. So now you're rich, but you wrote a book. You don't know about anything but the book you wrote. But somehow, every time we watch them in the news, we watch them in culture, we're like listening to them for an opinion that is not the thing that got them rich. Do you know what I mean? And that's something that feels crazier by the day, because crazier and crazier people keep getting rich. Do you know what I mean? Like, here's the thing. Okay, like someone like a William Randolph Hearst, right? Like someone who's like old rich, like black and white rich. Remember that? Just in the no color pictures of them rich. You know what I'm talking about? You can't find a single color picture. If there's them in color, that's AI, because they were before color. So then people who were rich before colors came out, I will extend the olive branch to them that maybe they knew more stuff because they had to know a wide range of things, and there was also less stuff to know in a way. Internet hadn't been invented yet. You could go to the library, but they had whole Dewey Decimal Systems that really just sometimes slowed you down instead of helped you, because then you're like, why am I going by 3.5 instead of just tell me the title? And then they also couldn't look it up like regular, so you had to use the system. They couldn't be like, oh, it's right over there, because the computer said, because computers weren't out yet, and you didn't have color. So life was harder. And so I think someone who was very well-rounded and got into business and had a bunch of different businesses could be very smart, could be someone who could answer questions outside of just their field, right? present day, just present day is harder. It's harder to be smart about everything because everyone has access to almost everything. It also depends on how you made your money. Did you make your money from inventing something? Did you write a book? Did you start a company? And then the company was really successful. So successful, you could buy another company. And then now you have like 3 subsidiary companies under you. They're all doing well. Your big company's doing well. You're very successful. You know what to do when it comes to business. That doesn't mean you know anything about, like, I don't know, the environment. But maybe you made your money millions, maybe even a couple billion from buying with some starter money, some funding from people. You bought like a pharmaceutical company, and this pharmaceutical company didn't really do anything, and none of the drugs really worked, but you told everybody that they did. You told everybody that they did. You told everybody in a level that kind of made you like a snake oil salesman, like, oh, it's gonna come out soon and it's gonna fix everything. And then people were like, it's gonna fix everything? That's crazy. Almost nobody ever says that because that's pretty illegal to like tell people something's gonna do something, that's fraud. So for you to be like doing fraud on the news with your full chest, your company must really do that. And so then you get more investors, you keep doing rounds of, investing, you build up the company, and then it gets to the point where you're like ready to go public with nothing really. You don't even really have a company, and the drugs don't work. But you can either go public and then try to sell the company, you can just try to sell the company outright, and then now you get to leave with the money you made from the company that somebody else bought. You scammed. You were scamming. And some people are very good at scamming. Some people are very smart scammers. Like when you watch the documentary later about their scam, you're like, wow. Wow, incredible. Good scamming. It wasn't my money. Delicious. So some people have scammed their way into millions or billions of dollars. Some people have earned it in the way that you can earn it through creating something that people in the market want. So then that builds some money up. And some people just come from money. Some people already had money, but you just didn't know who they were because like their parents had sense enough not to try to be famous. So then they passed them a whole bunch of money, and then they showed up one day and they were like, I'm money. And then it's like, oh, okay, did he make all that money to just have money out of nowhere like that? It's like, no, he's actually really rich. And then you get what we have, like I had a friend who was talking to me about Elon and was saying he's like this like super genius. He's like this super nerd genius. And I was like, oh, what makes you say that? Like what, like why would you say that or something like it? Like what makes you think... Like, what makes you think he's a super genius? I'm just curious, right? I wasn't even hating. I was just genuinely like, what makes you say that? And he's like, just, like Tesla and everything that he's trying to do with Mars and stuff. And I'm like, oh, okay. I mean, plenty of people try to go to Mars. And that's actually pretty common. I know plenty of people who smoke up on a Friday thinking they can make it to Mars. And some of them go. Some of them have been there. I have been in rooms with people so high out of their mind that you're like, you at least at Venus. There is no way you stopped it. Okay, all right. Oh, it's trying. And trying is important. Everyone, look, if you have a dream, you should try. I want that for everybody. But trying isn't doing. He's not doing Mars. He's trying to go to Mars. He's trying to go to Mars. Also, Tesla, I'm pretty sure he bought that company, so he's smart enough to buy. He's smart enough to, like, use his money to buy something. I don't know if that makes you a super genius. So you can only equate, like, money with wisdom or being intellectual for so long before the bill sort of comes due. If you're so smart, what are you going to do with it? If the answer is just make more money, then like we don't need you. You know what I mean? And I say this because I was watching the news, and I don't even know why this was the B-roll that the news used, but it was a yacht, and I got mad. And I need to be clear here, I didn't get mad because it was someone had a yacht and I want a yacht. I've joked about wanting a yacht. I don't want a yacht. What would I do with a yacht? Like, what would I even do? You know what I mean? I'm not mad that they had a yacht. I'm mad at the yacht. Do you know what I mean? Look, I don't care if you're rich and then you bought a yacht. I care that the yacht was dumb. This is a dumb yacht. This was, I think it was like $50 million, something like that, but it's $50 million already. $50 million on a boat. That's like technically not a boat, it's a yacht, but it's a boat. It still does boat. It's a boat. It's a boat. You need to be in water for it to do its job. It's a boat, and $50 million. And then the boat had a pool. The yacht had a pool. So you basically spent $50 million on a bucket. It's a bucket. It's a bucket in the water. That's crazy. That's so dumb. That's why you shouldn't have the money. It's not even for like a more. I wish I was coming to you for like a moral reason of like, I can't believe it. I can't believe someone would spend $50 million on a yacht while there are people starving in their country. I'm not even trying to appeal to you like your morality or anything. I'm saying that if you spend $50 million on a boat with a pool in it, you're in the water. You're in the water. The water's here. You're surrounded by water. And you're like, no, but I don't want that water. That's why you should have nothing, actually. That's why I hope for nothing for you. Because to need a pool, you're in the water. If you fell overboard, you'd be able to swim. You want to go for a swim? Just tip over. You'll be swimming. And instead, you had a pool put on a boat. You had a pool installed on a boat. You had different water in your boat with the water surrounded. That is an I don't want to get up to get the remote level of lazy to swim. I could fall overboard and swim and maybe drown, or I could have a pool. I could have a pool and swim in that and maybe drown and maybe and maybe you will and maybe I hope you do. Like it's a pool on a boat. Sounds like a riddle. Why would you? Then swimming in it. Swimming in it. Swimming in it just to get out and be like, oh, I think I'm gonna go look at the water. A yacht with an infinity pool on it. A yacht with an infinity pool. You know what else is an infinity pool? You know the original infinity pool? You know the first infinity pool? It was a pool so big, people thought there was an edge and you would fall off. That's how big the actual infinity pool was that you're in right now, but you wanted your own. And then on the yacht, this thing will be like $50 million. And then they'll give you a little tour of the yacht. I've watched a tour of a yacht before because sometimes I hate watch things. Because sometimes I have a lot of like hate in my heart, and you would think the only way to get hate out is with love, but sometimes it is with an overwhelming portion of hate. Like when you actually indulge in the hate, and then you have so much hate that it is spilling out of you, and then you look at all the hate on the floor and you're like, that was too much. Let me not do that again. But for the level of hate that I had, I did watch a whole like Lifestyles of Rich and Famous type thing. Let me tour my yacht, right? And so the whole time they were touring the yacht, he was showing me basically an apartment, which is kind of cool. But it's only cool because it's a yacht. If we were on land, you'd be like, oh, you're middle class. Like that's what's so insane about a yacht is that it's like you get a tour of the yacht and already there are things that, like, just to be on the yacht make you uncomfortable. So they'll have like 3 tiers, right? And they'll be walking around the boat, and you see even the cameraman trying to follow the rich person, trying to tour the yacht. There's not enough room between the rail and the side of the first floor apartment for you to really walk. So now he's over here being like, we got this one in 2015. Cameraman's trying not to fall overboard, and then he takes you inside and he's like, here's the bed, and the bed is like, fine. It's a bed. It's a bed. A bed. It's not mind-blowing. It's not even $50 million worth of bed. It's just a bed with some floor next to it. So far, my mind isn't blown. Nobody's floating. Nobody's like floating in midair and making it look like a experience worth $50 million. And then, you know, they go up to the next level and they're like, oh, and we have a kitchen here. And it's like, the kitchen isn't a kitchen. It's like a kitchenette. Just like as someone who has lived in Brooklyn for a long time, this is my apartment. Maybe that's also why I'm upset. You put my apartment on a boat and then paid $50 million for it, and we're supposed to think that you're smart. No. No. Why? No, like, you know what I mean? Like, it's also like you're giving yourself away. You already are willing to buy a $50 million yacht while there are people struggling in every country in the world. It really doesn't matter where you're from. And I'm not even telling you what to do with your money. I'm just saying, just know that about yourself, that you're willing to buy a $50 million yacht and show it off as people are struggling in your country, whoever you are, whatever country this is. If you know, right? But then to be like, oh no, I'm just gonna be in international waters for like a kitchenette amount of time. All right, that sounds like crime. That sounds like... You kind of admitted to me that whatever, you plan to do something illegal. You're like, no, I'm gonna need a lot of supplies and a kitchenette. And I don't even know why I got mad about this, but they had a shower, but the shower wasn't like a shower. It wasn't, you know what I mean? Like, you've been in a nice hotel room with a shower, and you've been like, oh, this is great. And you could, the shower looked a little like prison. You know what I mean? Like, I've never been to prison, but I've watched some documentaries. And the shower, just like, because they were trying to make it sound like it had all these features. They were like, you know, you can get the waterfall. There's also, a spout that shoots this way, and then you have the one that's like mounted into the wall that just shoots across. And I'm like, okay, if you say so. But in the world of showers, I've taken a lot of showers in my life, right? Every day, and the shower shooting across either screams high school gym or prison. Like, it's... The shower shooting across... Just a perpendicular shower is not luxury. Floor to ceiling glass. And glass as the floor and glass as the ceiling. So you can look down. So you can look down and be like, look at all the fish. Look at all the... What a mind-breaking... Look at all the fish that are passing by. It's like an aquarium. It's like my aquarium. I guess the world is like my aquarium. It's like, no, you're in the aquarium, you idiot. You're the one. You're actually the one that's boxed in. You moron. You're the one that's in the glass. How does that appeal to you? You're the glass. Like, you're the fish. You're the fish. You are the fish. The fish are swimming by like, what is... Oh, wow, I didn't know we got a zoo. I had no idea that we had a zoo. You're the fish. That's crazy. Just for the glass. All glass. And the fish swimming by, wondering, wow, even the fish are like, this is what you do with $50 million. Okay. All right. I mean, live your life, you know. And I think that's also why I got so mad, is because it's like you bought this $50 million yacht and you're not just greedy, you wasted it. Do you know what I mean? You're gonna spend $50 million, impress me. You know, make me go, wow, yeah, that's definitely better than feeding people. Do you know what I mean? It's $50 million. You should be able to get some dope stuff for $15 million and not just have a Brooklyn apartment on water that's shaped like a bucket. You know what I mean? Just wasted $50 million. All right. I'll let it go. I was angry enough about it, and I just needed to let it out. But it's like, at $50 million, like, just the land. You could buy acres of land. You could own a forest. You could own a forest and everything in it. You could go to a forest that you bought with your millions of dollars and walk right up to Bambi and be like, I own you now. Like, that's... You could do that, and instead you're like, no, it's nice to almost drown in a boat. That happened one time. There was a guy who had a yacht, and he had a pool in his yacht, and I don't know if he got like caught cramp or something, but he did like drown in his pool in his yacht. And I read about that, and I was like, and it's probably not a good response to have. That's not nice at all. You shouldn't do that. You shouldn't do what I did. But the laugh escaped. It wasn't like, I wasn't reading being like, ooh, I hope I see that. I was just reading, and then it was like, oh, okay. Wow. Because it's just, it happened, I think, because we became so genuinely obsessed with money. Like, the U.S., America, we start out as a sort of land of opportunity. People would come here for a fresh start. Usually, it was like a fresh start. It wasn't actually like this land. We have like a money-hungry revisionist history of why people came here. There were people that came here because of religious persecution and for like a fresh start. Because you could get off a boat and just tell them your name was Larry, and they'd be like, all right, and then they'd write it down. There was no, you know what I mean? Like, I don't even know if you get that in human history ever again, to just show up and be like, no, I'm Dave. I don't even know who you're. That's how we got, like, murderers. Like, there was a whole theory that, like, Jack the Ripper may have come to the U.S. That's how fresh of a start you could get. You could flee London after some of the most horrific crimes known to man, show up at Ellis Island, and even say, yeah, I'm Jack. Like, just, you could even tell them that, and they'd be like, all right, good to go. Mr. Rapar? And people would do their best, and people would try to build themselves up in spite of all different types of persecution, because that was a time in America where, like, white wasn't even white yet. That is crazy, right? White was not, if you were Irish, it was like, you're what? You know what I mean? Like, it was, like, I've been reading about it in history. Italian, you would be Italian, they'd be like, oh. I don't even know who was white. Looking back at it, it's like, I guess if you were British, but then if you were too British, they were like, I don't think you're loyal to this country. You accent all thick. Just hate. Everybody was hating everybody. Everybody had to build up as best as they could. They came here, especially people who came here with nothing, and then they built themselves. And look, this is where we really started to go awry, on top of already like having slavery and stuff like that. We started to build a system where, as long as there was someone beneath me, I was like, I'm fine. It started to become more about who's under you than you even doing well for yourself. It's the thing you see echo today, where there are people who are not doing well, but as long as this person's doing worse, then they're fine, you know? And as you build up, as you have more and more money, as you can pass down more and more money to your kids and everything, as you can one day be so rich that you pass down the money, and then you pass away, and then your kid shows up at the news one day to be like, I'm money. Like that, like, that kind of turned into what the American dream was. It went from like land of opportunity, get a little slice of this place for yourself, really build something, be able to take care of yourself and your family, and it became like, are you rich? People wanted to be rich so bad that we looked at anybody who was rich as wise, that we need to do whatever it is they're doing to get where they are, because I want to be where they are. Never mind their sort of moral character, never mind how they treat people, or even how they got that money. They have $100 million. I want $100 million. I'll do whatever they tell me to do. The type of person that was willing to tell the masses how to get $100 million was not actually telling them that. They were like telling them how to give me $200 million. And I think it doesn't become apparent how crazy that level of wealth is always, because we're used to these people as characters, right? So like you're used to like a Zuckerberg as an idea of a person, because he is an idea of a person. You know what I mean? Like, it's like, no, look. I'm saying that he is his idea of a person. Like you could. This isn't coming out right. I'm saying that he is doing a perfectly fine first impression of a person. I'm saying, I want you to hear me when I say this. I'm saying that, you know how when your 4-year-old draws you, that's what he's doing as a person. Like he is, as a person, Mark Zuckerberg is being like, hello. That's what people say, right? Hello. And so he has, you know, over $100 billion. And I think we can fathom that money, but we can't. Even when you try to count it, even when people make charts and they're like, guys, a billionaire doesn't even fit on the chart, right? You'll still see someone who is incredibly wealthy, and they only have like, we know them from being rich, and they only have like $500 million. Like that's how crazy it is. It's like they're halfway to 1/100th of where Zuckerberg is. I think that's why I get so frustrated when I see the news, because like you're watching the news and you're watching someone like Zuckerberg be on the news, and you're like, why? What could he possibly have to say that should be on the news? And here we're like, clearly stations are on sides, networks are on sides, right? But no matter what side, they can't just be like, this should never happen. And that's because we let rich people buy up all the news. So now a rich person owns the news. And so even if a journalist, someone who went to school to be a journalist, and someone who would like to tell people the truth as they find it out, they would like to do what they do in France, where in France they're like, this is the news in French. And then they want to do that, but in English for us. And then someone comes up to them right before they go live on air, and they're like, oh, don't say it's bad though, just say it's happening. You know? And so you see Zuckerberg have this huge, huge data center that's gonna decimate everything around it, you know, and why? Like truly why? I don't think we know. We're watching these people, we're watching 5 companies basically prop up the S&P 500. S&P 500 is made of, I think, 500 companies. Like, make no mistake, without those 5 companies, the market would be correcting. It would be wherever it is supposed to be because of how the other companies are doing, which is how most companies are doing, which means it's how most of America is doing. But we've propped it up with these 5 companies. These 5 companies have gone all in on AI, and they've gone all in on AI in a way that functionally does not make sense. You know, you look at Sam Altman, another candidate for person. You know what I mean? Like Sam Altman only looks confused when you ask him a moral question. No, it's crazy. It's crazy. there's a look. All right, I shouldn't even really talk about this, but it was wild. I watched like Tucker Carlson interview Sam Altman, and Tucker Carlson kind of implied, he was like, hey, there was that OpenAI whistleblower who basically said that y'all were violating copyright law and like stealing a bunch of information and everything, and then he died mysteriously. What do you think about that? It's weird to watch Tucker Carlson unleashed on somebody you hate. Like, it's... It's like when the bulldog that you've been scared of in your neighborhood your whole life finally bites your bully. You're kind of like... They seem to be canceling each other out right now. I guess if he was gonna bite anybody, it's good that it's him. And you see Sam Altman like clam up. Here's the thing. I am not saying, can I be 100% with y'all? Can I be really honest with y'all? I am not saying at all that Sam Altman had anything to do with that young man's death. I am saying that interview didn't not make it look like it though. Like that. I try my best not to judge people because sometimes I don't even know what I'm gonna react like or do next in a certain scenario, right? And I think too often what we do to people is we say, I know they did this thing because of this thing, right? But all I'm saying is when you watch the interview, here's the thing. If I didn't like someone, right? I would be like, what? What kind of accusations? What are you trying to say? He asks him, and Sam is like, better start saying words soon. One of two things needs to happen in the next millisecond. Either you need to start saying, profusely that you had nothing to do with this, and everything. Like, you need to really stake your claim that like you had nothing to do with this, and you're maybe even very upset by the line of questioning or something. Or if you are a robot, now would be a good time for your face to like open up, like Men in Black style, and have like a little alien be like, "How dare you?" Right? Like that would be great. Because this, you know what I mean? Like, you didn't get caught cheating. This is asking you about murder, right? No. None of that. Just a lot of like, it was very sad, and we, actually, no. I was just, it's just, I don't even know how to react because I've never been accused. And then Tucker quickly goes, I'm not accusing you of anything. He's like, get out of Tucker and be like, I'm not, hey. Tucker act like he on a roller coaster at his own interview. What? What? No, I'm not. You know, that's concerning, right? That's you know, yeah, someone could beg the question, right? And then, you know, look, to be fair, I didn't watch the entire interview. Maybe he came out with a very convincing answer 20 minutes later. But the substantial portion that I watched didn't look great. And I don't know. We have, you know, OpenAI with Sora, with ChatGPT. We have these large language models that are basically meant to take us to like the next level. And it doesn't seem like they're doing that. It just doesn't seem to be the case that it's taking us to what was promised, right? We were promised almost a higher consciousness. We were promised to be able to do our jobs with ease. And then in the backdoor deals, companies were promised that they'd be able to fire all of us. You know what I mean? There were always two simultaneous pitches. One, the pitch to us was like, this is going to improve your life. It's going to make you more efficient. It's going to be faster. It's going to get rid of menial tasks. The pitch to our bosses was like, he'll be out of here in like 3 months. Come on, man. And so far, AI is failing on both those fronts, you know, because we aren't elevated to some new form of consciousness. If anything, AI is giving people psychosis. You know, plenty of people have AI psychosis and becoming like more normal quicker than people are realizing it's happening. And here's a good test of the psychosis, right? If they talk to the AI like a friend, that's it. Did they name it? Is it called ChatGPT, but they called it Clarence? Then yes. Yes, no, they're in it now. If you're here and you're like, don't talk about Jan like that, you need to break loose. I pray for healing in your life, that you can break the psychosis. You know, because these large language models, they are imitations of what it would be like to connect with a person. It's not connecting with a person. It's doing an imitation of a person. And it's doing a better imitation of a person than we've seen so far. Even Zuckerberg can't touch the level of imitation of a person. This is why people think they're talking to a friend. And the understanding is that AI is going to destroy the planet. It needs so much energy to make a video of Pikachu pulling a cop over. The actual model, like you look at Sora, right? Because they just released Sora, and it can do all these things. It can like make Martin Luther King rap or whatever. Like it can do all of these like very weird things that nobody asked for. And apparently, every single one of those things costs OpenAI $5 to make. So like when people are just playing around on the thing and they're just like, look, I made Bob Ross high five Gandhi, $5. All right? So they are burning through money. We don't have a sustainable system for the energy. So why keep doing this thing? The theory is that they are doing it because they believe that when they get there, this thing will essentially be some sort of like all-knowing, all-understanding, thinking further, thinking light years ahead of us. It'll basically be God, right? And if they could like own God, then maybe they will be like a God, right? Because you'll basically have the company. You'll have the company that tells you every move to make in the market to own other companies, every move to make to protect yourself from other companies that are come after you. You would be done. You would be, you know what I mean? And that's terrifying. That's a terrifying idea that not only that someone would want that, but that they would barrel towards it at the risk of burning up the planet, of taking up all of the water, like it's an insatiable need for like power, for control, for influence. And then you watch the news and you see that these same people, these people that don't even know how to act like people, spend millions of dollars on a yacht that is basically a bucket. It's a bucket. It is. That's how you know they don't know anything. This is what you spent the money on, knucklehead.
The whole reason I brought this up, the last thing that I added that I've never done before in life, but I'm making a point to do it now, is to be fully, like when I say fully, I mean like at the scientific limits of fully hydrated, right? I've never even attempted this in my life before, but this is insane. It's
buckle
too
up
much
for another
water.
Adventure, gang. Joshy gets wet. Here we are.
It's so much water, dude. It's like,
yeah, when you actually like make sure you drink the recommended amount, it is a lot.
well, this is what's actually crazy about it. I don't know if you already knew this, but the amount of water that you should be drinking to lose weight and the amount of water that you should be drinking to build muscle are like almost identical, and it's a ton. Mm-hmm. And that's mind blowing to me, though.
I mean, I've heard several different like amounts of what you should like drink in a day, but also it does kind of change depending on what you do in a day a little bit.
Yeah, like I checked, because here's the thing: I was so scared giving myself water poisoning that I checked every type of way to, do the math on how, just on how much I should be.
Is it technically called water poisoning?
Yeah.
Okay.
You have so much water that your kidneys don't know what to do with it, so that your kidneys literally just start giving it away.
Because that's what happened. Isn't that what happened to that lady in that radio contest thing? This is like 5 years ago or whatever. Did you remember hearing about this?
No, I don't remember this at all.
It was in like Australia. It was a big story because it was like a morning radio show, and then the competition was like they had people come in. It was to win tickets to something or some shit, and they had them like drink as much water as they could, and then it was like whoever could hold it the longest or whatever, like go into the bathroom, like whoever could hold it the longest, and then like this lady, like her kidney shut down and she died because of a fucking radio competition.
You would like to think that your bladder isn't more powerful than common sense. Like, I'd like to think my bladder couldn't will me dead.
Right.
I had no idea that there were people in this world, the volume and frequency of men in this world, taking a picture of their penis and just sending it to women. I had no idea how it's happening every hour of every day all over the world. They didn't ask for the picture. They don't want the picture, and they can't unsee the picture, But I found this out because it hit close to home. Because you ladies do a thing as well. Where you'll go out, maybe it's by yourself or maybe it's with your friends. You'll go out and you'll meet a guy and you don't really like him. You know what I mean? Like maybe there's no connection, there's no chemistry. You guys just aren't clicking. I don't know what it is. But you don't really like him. So at the end of the night, he asks you for your number. And you give him your number. But you give him one number off. You give him one number wrong, okay? Maybe it's the first number, maybe it's the last number, it's just not your number. I know that because I've been that number. For a period of 6 months, there was some random woman out in the world giving strange men my number. And for a period of 6 months, I was receiving penises in my phone. It was terrible. I'd wake up in the morning, thank the Lord for a new day. And then I'd do what we all do. I'd roll over and I'd check my phone. See what's going on in the world? See who's thinking about me. And there would be penises in my face. One of the most distressing things about this is that it wasn't even like, hey, what's up? It's Mark from last night. Penis. It was just straight to the penis. Like, not even seeing it who I am, you know? Not even seeing how my day is going. I lived in fear of my own phone. My phone would buzz and I would pray there weren't two penises in my pants. It was so many that honestly I had to figure out what the plural for penises was. And I decided on penises. But I think I've got to stop. I think I got to stop. And this is actually a tip for you ladies if you want to use it. If you want men to stop sending you unsolicited pictures of their penis, all you need to do is what I did, which is send a picture of a penis back. They will not know what to do. They'll be terrified. No one is less prepared to receive a picture of a penis than a man that just sent a picture of a penis to what he thought was a woman. They'll be terrified. There's actually one where if you look at the text chain, it's just a picture of a penis, a picture of my penis, and then him going, Stephanie?
Hey, thanks so much for watching. Please like and subscribe, hit the notification bell, and tell a friend. That would be a huge help if you tell people about it. Sharing is great. There's like a share button, but if you tell people, they might click on it. Oh, I'll tell you, I was so poor when I was in Chicago that there was a pizzeria. I think you may even remember them. I don't actually know if this is the name, but it was something like Romero's Pizza, but it wasn't Romero's. But basically, they would flyer hard, and they would They would wait to get to a point where someone going in an apartment complex would be walking in, and then they would follow them in, and they would flyer all over. And that's why I'm trying to remember what it was, because it was like, it at least rhymed with Papa Romeo's. I don't know if it was that one, but
because there was one called Papa Romeo's, but that may not be the one I'm thinking of.
But they flyered hard, and their deals were ridiculous, right? So then they had a deal. It was insane, dude. It was like at least three large pizzas for $5 each.
Mm-hmm.
And it was, all three of us were young. We're excited.
Yeah.
Someone put this doorknob flyer right on our door. So we're like, hey, it's meant to be. It's heaven sent, right? And so we order the pizza. They come, they're hot, they're beautiful. They're actually picturesque pizzas. And then we eat them, and the next day we are all sick. Oh, bro, when I tell you I was poisoned, I was so sick. And I think I had only eaten maybe like half of mine, and I remember I think Jacob finished his. Like Jacob was done, and so he was even sicker than I was. And then I think and then even Chelsea was like, yo, this is not good. This is like I don't even know if she got sick, but I remember her being like, hey, we did a bad thing.
We gotta get out of here.
We thought it was heaven sent, and this is from the devil. And so then I remember, this is how I knew I was poor. We all three talked about, because we had all three gone our separate ways, like gone to work and come back, and were reconvening, like, hey, were you sick today? Yeah, I was sick today, And so I think one of them asked me, I was like, I was sick as a dog today, and I barely got through it. And this is just me job hunting. So this is me. So here's the thing. I didn't actually have work. I was sick going to find. So I was walking in places asking if they were hiring, looking like I had been freshly stabbed.
Hey,
Like,
are you hiring, and also do you have a bathroom?
like the color had drained from my face. It was so bad, and I was just like not fully doubled over. It wasn't that dramatic, but I was like leaning into my own stomach, and so I'm walking in vitamin shop, like, hey, so, are you I saw the wanted sign. That's for people, right? That's for hiring. And then I get back and everyone's like, we're sick, we're sick, we're sick. And then I thought to myself and then said out loud, and this solidified nail in the coffin, oh, I'm poor right now. I was like, that was disgusting. I feel terrible. I'm gonna eat a little bit more and then I'm gonna throw that shit out. Like,
Yeah.
I can't actually afford to throw away half a pizza, even if it is garbage pizza.
Right. Yeah.
You know, I'm still like terrible at jujitsu. I'm still a white belt, right?
Right.
But ooh, one day it hurt my pride because I had to stand, like you said, like by belt. We had to line up and everything. And I was with the kids.
When was this? How recently was this?
Oh, this was like last year. And so I was with the kids. I was like, everybody starts at their own time. We're all on a different journey. I'm like making all these excuses in my own head while I'm because everyone at the place is cool, right? Like the blue belts, purple, but no one's making fun of me. Nobody cares.
Right. Yeah.
And I'm also like,
well, they'll know they can kick your ass.
Yeah, sure. I mean, that always helps. But like, then we had to start like rolling, and it's only fair to let the belts roll with the other belts, because then it's like if you're rolling with a white belt as a blue belt, it's like just not fair. You're gonna get them not necessarily every time, because some white belts are about to be blue, but it's not gonna be you're not gonna make yourself better, and they're not gonna help you get better. It's only one-sided. But I remember it was like, it wasn't a child, but it was definitely a teenager I was rolling with. And in my head, I'm like, let me go easy on this kid. Like, if I do some like neon belly or something, I'm just going to like, not put the full weight of my body.
I think that was a Power Rangers villain, Neon Belly.
I mean, it very well could have been. I remember we started, and in my head, I was like, let me go easy on this kid. And at first, it does seem like we're at a similar level, you know what I mean? And then right as I was like, okay, I think I got him, this dude did some sneaky stuff and just swooped my leg, and there was just, this child was just strangling me.
Oh.
Like he wasn't a little kid, but his voice definitely hadn't changed yet. Yeah, I mean,
right,
like,
yeah.
And then this is the worst part, is that I'm like kind of like trying to still wiggle out of it and everything, but he's got me cinched up tight, right,
yeah.
And so then at one point I'm still struggling, and he leans in my ear and goes, are you tapping? Are you I don't want to hurt you if you're tapping. Are you tapping? Are you
You've got to be done, right? You should be done. I think you should.
And I'm just like more tired, struggling, like, oh, let me get him. Oh, let me get around him. Gotta get, if I can just get my leg.
No, I'm not tapping. No.
Oh man, this dude's like, are you tapping? And I'm like, a very strangled no comes out of my mouth, right? And
don't tell me what to do.
And then he goes, and no ego. He's not being mean at all. No ego at all. He literally goes like, "Oh, you should tap. You should be tapping." Yeah, if you can hear an ambulance in the background, that's not a sound effect we put in. That's just passing by.
That's just great timing
for the story. Yeah.
That's just the universe giving us a little sonic gift, is what that is.
There was one time, though, I'm pretty sure they had dirty ice, because my snow cone tastes off. Like, I don't even know how to describe it. It just was not good, you know? Mm-hmm. And so then I didn't go there for a while. I didn't ask for a snow cone for a while. And, like, my mom knows. My aunt even knows how much I love snow cones, you know? It's just one of those treats that's cheap and it's just sugar water, but it's dazzling to look at and it's nice on a hot day. I'm just saying, right? So this
was a nice little snow cone soliloquy you had there.
Yeah, snow cones will brighten your day. It's hard. I'll even say this. Wow. I'll throw this out there. I have no data to back me up, but I'm almost positive that the weeks where the snow cone stand was open, there were less shootings. I'm pretty sure. Maybe I just couldn't hear the shots because I was enjoying my snow cone so much. Or maybe other people in the neighborhood were enjoying snow cones and they were like, hey, this really isn't the day for foolishness. All right.
Yeah. Can I just say that we've known each other for a long time.
Yeah.
And we've been doing this show for a while. This is our 111th episode.
Yeah.
And I think in the time we've done this, I've never seen you light up as much as you did just now talking about snow cones.
Hey.
You had a lightness in your face I have not seen.
Dude, snow cones are...
since before we had career worries.
Snow cones are something else, man. Snow cones are...
Look at that fucking smile. Look at that smile. I don't know if I've seen you smile like that in a while.
Dude,
I'm just thinking of the beauty of snow cones.
Because snow cones also aren't something... You really have to either go out and seek them directly or happen upon them. Even if my mom was out and she wanted to get me a treat, she couldn't bring me back a snow cone. It's not happening. That thing's gonna be melted by the time she gets home.
Yeah, they don't transport well.
You know? And then, oddly enough, once it's melted, and even if you try to freeze it and then have it later, it's still not quite the same because it doesn't get that crushed ice effect. Now all the ice is one ice block.
It becomes one block of ice. Yeah. Then it's a different thing.
So snow cones are a moment in time.
So part what you like about. So that's what I was gonna say. What you like about them is that they're so temporary.
Yeah.
It's a moment.
And apparently they temper down gang violence. Like. No one's like, oh, you got a red snow cone? I got a blue snow cone. Pop, pop, pop. That never happens, you know?
When I was on the Amtrak, though, the food offered is not.
Well, that's the end of it. It's not. It's not food?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I've never looked this specifically in the dining car.
In the dining car where you buy the food that they provide.
Because I've never looked in there. I've never seen.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, what do they got? What's on the fake menu?
There's a microwave pizza that I'm pretty sure is like a one that you get in a grocery store. So I guess some people would consider that real, but I feel like because you don't control the microwave,
existing and real are different things.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Because it's not a real pizza, and you're not gonna feel good, right?
No, I've had those. They're not good, no matter what. They at best they are there.
And the person, to their credit, the person that works the Amtrak train that is firing them up for you and everything in the microwave is following the instructions. But the instructions, this is what people don't understand about microwavable foods that are kind of faux foods, is that you have to come up with your own instructions. You know, you have to tinker.
You do
diligently, and you have to understand your microwave. You have to understand your dinner that you're having through that TV dinner, and you have to know, okay, am I a low wattage? Am I a medium? If I'm a medium, is it 3 minutes or is it 3.5? Okay. Some people break it down to such a science that they'll put that microwave on 325 and have whatever their TV dinner is coming out perfect. Because they've eaten it so much that now they realize, like, okay, 330, a little too hot, a little dry, you know?
Yeah. Which is a great combination of victory and sadness. Because you're like, I nailed this. But you're just like, I'm too good at microwaving these.
Because in all the time that you got good at microwaving these, possibly, potentially, I'm not saying you have to, but you could
have gotten married.
Have figured out, oh, okay, went two very different directions.
you could have gotten a life and been happy.
Yeah. I guess so. I guess maybe that's the takeaway. Then the other thing is a hamburger that is actually way more depressing.
What was your other path, though, that you could have gone down? If you gotten so good at it, in that time you could have...
Oh, found a fruit that you really like.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Like a fruit that you like roll with. Like in the amount of times it takes you to really get down to an exact second and wattage of what this TV dinner should be to come out tasting good. You could have tried mango. You could have tried an apple. You could have tried so many things to be like, hey, this is the fruit that I roll with. You know?
Yeah. Because once you have that perfect timing down, it means that has to be the last time you ever have it.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? You're just like, wow, this is a science now.
Mm-hmm.
I can never buy these again.
Yeah.
I perfected this art form. It is time to move on to another medium.
Mm-hmm. Hey, thanks so much for watching. Please like and subscribe. It really supports the channel. Hit the bell notification because apparently it's the only way YouTube will tell you that something happened. And just tell a friend. That's the biggest thing you could do. Just tell one person in your life that you like, maybe you don't like, that this video happened to you.
We release the podcast every Thursday on all the podcast apps, so you should find us there and subscribe on those and comment and leave reviews and whatever on all of them. And also, if you want bonus stuff, you can join our Patreon, patreon.com/Josh Johnson Show. We have bonus podcasts and videos and stuff there. And